Hello guys, today I discuss the test for insurance, ethical and legal issue. Ethical issue is predictive genetic testing. Public health proceeded. Moral and ethical implication. Genetic discrimination has moral and ethical implication. The debate over this issue has historical roots. In these articles, we explain the moral and ethical implication of genetic testing and potential discrimination from prospective that are dominated in US health care system. In the early to mind 19 individuals in the US all were counted ill or mentally retarded were involved instead. One example on mandatory stress in the US occurred in 1927 when just over Roland Holmes Jr., a well-known jurist, figure in Bar has caused his favors of mandatory systemation of career law. Her mother and her 7 months old daughter were labeled by the court as reminded they are rowing upheld virgins 1924. The states in law approximately 6,000 more institutional producers followed throughout the US. The Nephilim in contributed device received attention in the 1990 when suggesting several states gave 4 months convicted of child absence of souls between serving time in jail or using no plan. The American Medical Association commitment this form of concern is informing of a person productivity rights and their rights to refuse medical statement. Ethics discrimination continues until the 1970 when several states in the US recorded mandatory testing for silk resistance among African Americans because it is called results in specific trials. Carriers of these days were divorced and the noticed of the risks of having children with another carriers. African American children were required to undergo mandatory testing before entering school, having strictly said announced a bring in career did not provide children from ethnic school. Refusal to participate in genetical testing did. The American the African American community, biologistic lawyer and the medical professional viewed this as discrimination because other professionals were not targeted for their possible evaluation in this Valencian was passed international money fund stakes call programs statement with voluntary testing. This is effect overnighted mandatory testing required stakes skills. This testing is now afforded part of newborn screening not limited to African Americans. Americans further that the development of genetic tests and the addition of mandatory testing would deserves its individual right to privacy and led to this constitution. It all realized that insurance companies could require testing and other reports. Health covers record its benefit on increased premium. A student of members in genetic support group reported that 22% of respondents felt they has been refused health insurance. An example of genetic discrimination in the workplace occurred in 2000 at the Buluration, northern stand for railroad companies. Employees who failed claims and sought medical attention for carpal tunnel syndrome were required to submit blood samples. The samples were subjected to genetic testing. Apparently, genetic different that prevention an individual to never endure that forms of carpal tunnel syndrome The US equals employment or opportunity. Congress failed suit against the company to define Americans with Disability Act. Thank you.